Hello, good morning. It's 9 a.m. Mountain Time, and it's the opening for Indigi-Show. So first of all, thank you everyone to the Kickstarter backers that helped us with this project. We wouldn't have done it without you. Also thank you for just showing up, buying tickets, supporting the artists and coming up for the meeting as well. I know this one is pretty early. It's more like just an introduction to what's happening today. So today we're scheduled for my workshop, the self-publishing. That's what that paper back there is for. Hopefully the quality gets better. Oh, if I put my finger over it, it works. It's funny. So that one's scheduled for 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And then we'll have a 1 hour break. And then at 12:30 p.m. to 2 o'clock, we will have Elijah Forbes' session about Can a Basket Be a Comic? And that one will be pre-recorded, but the link will be made available once the time happens. So that one can be watched and rewatched. And that one will also have captions. And then after that, we were scheduled for Johnny J's session about We Are the Science Fiction of Our Ancestors. But unfortunately, she had a family emergency today. So that may be postponed to 7 p.m. today or maybe Monday. We're currently deciding it right now, but we will try to make an announcement before 3 p.m. Raffle ticket sales will be done until 4 p.m. today. So if you want to get into the ticket sales and raffle prizes, some of the raffle prizes are stuff I made. One is a comic book series with stickers, and the other one is a art book zine of monsters. That one also comes with stickers. And we also have a flute, Kestrel F-sharp flute, with a book about Native American flute playing. And then The Only Good Indians, the Indigenous horror book that came out recently, and then the Six World Series by Rebecca Roanhorse. Those are all of our available raffle ticket prizes. Other than that, thank you all for coming, even if it's just one person right now. I hope people were able to figure out the thing, but it's okay. This is going to be recorded, so yeah. I know I scheduled this for 30 minutes, but I guess I could talk a little bit more. So yeah, if you didn't know, Indigi-Show was started out of a desire to help our Indigenous creatives that are having a hard time, making money, making a living during, the pandemic. I originally had 5 events scheduled for the first half of this year, and they all got canceled in March. There was a book signing, there was an open house for a mural I had done in Albuquerque, and just all sorts of stuff I was scheduled for, along with workshops. And I wasn't the only Indigenous creative that was suffering through this. There was so many other people I knew of. Hello. There were so many other people that were affected by this, that were unable to continue, working on their art, working on bettering themselves. The pandemic kind of just swept through Indigenous people, Indigenous communities really badly. So then I talked with other people, and that's how we came up with Indigi-Show. I thought, what if we came up with something that could support Indigenous creatives during their most time of need? And that's how Indigi-Show came about. I had done logistics, I had done planning for this whole event. This is my first time organizing a convention like this. I had never, had never happened. And it was really frightening at first, especially when I started doing the Kickstarter. This was my first time doing a Kickstarter. And, in the back of my mind, I'm kind of like a pessimist. I wasn't sure if this was going to, even get off the ground or anything like that. Because I feel like with a lot of Indigenous-led projects, you often see a lot of prior excitement before this event. And then, when the creator is like, oh, I need some help, creating this thing, are there any people that can help? Are there people who can, contribute funds, and then the project kind of just dies because there's no support for it. So, having Indigenous and non-Indigenous people, having people from the States, from Canada, from Australia, and, from the UK, like that's how many people from all over came together to help put together the Kickstarter and fund it, above 5K, $6,408, I believe. But, taxes and fees and the Kickstarter processing fees took most of it. But that's how it goes, right? Let me take some water real quick. So after the logistics and planning was contacting different artists to see if they would like to be participate. Hello, Tashina. I see more people have come in. I'm just doing some opening remarks about how the Indigenous Convention came to be. I started writing the Google Forms to, send out and stuff. So after I had gotten about maybe 5 artists and 3 speakers, that's when I felt confident. And then we started doing a application-based submission around the time that the Kickstarter started. And to me, that was kind of like a risk because I was planning for 20 artists. I think we got about 14 that I know of, yeah. And then the Kickstarter campaign started, and that was 30 days of trying to raise $5,000. A lot of people around me were like, "You're doing something like this?" And it's like, yeah, because I feel like the virtual space, the online space, is something that, Indigenous creatives want to participate in and want to use as their own medium. But it's really difficult because, like, where I live right now, currently, I'm looking out the window, very rural area, 20 to 30 minutes out into town. It's really hard to utilize the internet when it's not available to a majority of us. And we've seen that with the effects of the pandemic, like kids have to go out of their home to the chapter house to use the Wi-Fi in order to attend classes. So I thought that using the space could help acclimate artists who aren't used to the online space and to help them create a foundation that they can later use after this convention. Yeah, you see me do a lot of hand movements. So, halfway through, we're halfway funded and more artists are coming in. Tashina is one of them, and Enoch too. And it's just really amazing to see all of these different artists from all of these different tribes from all over the, states and also Canada to come together and, show me their art, show me what they wanted to do. And it was just really amazing. Once again, I'm always a pessimist. I didn't think people would want to be on board because it had been my first time doing this type of thing. And, time and time went on. We were approaching September 6th, the final day of the Kickstarter campaign. And someone messaged me and they said, I would like to contribute $1,000 for the convention, and, they were telling me as someone who is non-Indigenous, I feel like it is my duty to support projects like these. And, that was something that I really wanted to get across within this project, is that it's not just for Indigenous people, it's for non-Indigenous and Indigenous people, with the intent to support Indigenous creatives, artists, speakers, etc. And there were so many like people that, I've seen all the different, I think there's 139 backers. I looked at everyone's profile, I looked at everyone's email, anyone who had a picture, and it was such a wide, variety of people. And it was a good first step. It was a good final middle step too. And with that 1,000K, we went above and beyond with our Kickstarter. And, it was really hard to describe that moment. I had just been so happy I couldn't vocalize it. I was just in shock because I didn't think the project would be made or anything like that. And then it did. So that's great. So I'll just get started, talking about the schedule. I'm still waking up, as you could tell. So I'll start off first, 10 a.m. talking about self-publishing. You can see my board back there, but it's fine. And then after that, we're going to have an hour break. So if you guys want to have brunch or something or lunch, that's a good time to do so. We're going to have Elijah Forbes, is Can a Basket Be a Comic? And then I'm just repeating this for people who have come in late. I know we were scheduled at 3 p.m. for Johnny J's Science Fiction of Our Ancestors, but you know, that may be delayed to 7 p.m. or it may be delayed to Monday. I'm still waiting on more details of that. There was a family emergency going on. And then 4 p.m. is when raffle ticket sales end. So make sure to tell your friends or anyone who's interested. You would have pretty good odds. There's less than 10 people who bought raffle tickets for each prize. So if you were to go out there, you know, each raffle ticket prize is like $1 to $2, except for the flute and book. That one's $10. I would say you have a pretty good chance of winning the prizes right now. Yeah. And then tomorrow will be Sunday, and the first workshop will be Enoch Chapman's, you know, intro to start playing the Native American flute. I will be on there as a moderator. Once again, make an account with Get Vocal so you can get into it and start watching it. What else? After that 1 hour break, and we will have Mercedes Acosta's Succeeding Where HP Failed, Indigenous Cosmic Horror. That one's going to be really exciting. That one will be a unique video in that it will be pre-recorded, and then shortly after, you know, you have enough time to watch the pre-recording, we will have the link to it as well. You can watch it. There will be a 30-minute Q&A session with Mercedes, and I will be there moderating it. And then after that will be our, you know, big stars session, Eugene Brave Rock's live stream about his experience in the movie industry from the res to Hollywood. And I will be there as a moderator as well. There will be a probably most likely an extensive Q&A session for that, so don't miss it. And after that, I'll announce the raffle winners and then closing remarks for the rest of the convention. Yeah, I think I covered everything. I'm not sure what else to say since there's 15 minutes left. If anyone has any questions for me about this, you know, just go ahead and let me know, questions or comments. That's fine. I'm hoping everyone gets a hang of using the Zoom conference and links. You know, because there was a lot of different online portals that I could have used for this convention, and some of them were like really expensive. Some of them would have required, you know, ticket prices for a lot of things. And I'm kind of glad I went with this one because I'm planning to, sorry, I keep looking outside because I hear a hose and that means I need to close the window. Ah, okay. I'll be right back. Oh, hello. Congrats on pulling everything together. Thank you, Kit. What was I going to say? I got so distracted by the hose, I can't even remember what I was going to say. Yeah, I wanted to keep like an online stamp, an online record of all the work that everyone involved in this project is in. So for all the ticket buyers, all the people who are involved, all the content, the sessions, the videos, they're going to be kept on the website, and they'll be exclusively for ticket buyers and Kickstarter backers for 2 weeks. And then after that, the website will be made public. So we wanted to make this as accessible as possible. That's why we also did the choose your own prices tickets from $5 to $25. Yeah. So just send me a message. Yeah. I would hope that for, you know, I'm already planning towards next year, you know, make it bigger, make it better. I know people were interested, maybe more musical people, you know, and I think we did pretty good with the speaker sessions. You know, they haven't even happened yet, but I think I did pretty good. But, you know, if we do another one next year, we will be sure to, you know, tell everyone. Oh, also, I just got notification that the rest of the physical rewards came in. So for people who did the sticker bundles, the comic bundles, they will be sent out the following next week, and everyone will get a tracking number. They will all be insured to the amount that they cost for the reward. But you should be expecting your physical Kickstarter reward bundles by mid-October. Yeah, I'm also sending all of those packages, but it's fine. Mm, yeah, that's the beginning comments. I think another thing that we really appreciated at the Indigi-Show team was the amount of, people wanting to interview us and wanting to talk more about it. There's a podcast that should be coming out featuring me by Nomadcast. I will put that in mentions. Indigi. Yeah, Nomadcast is a Indigenous-led podcast, and they kind of talk about media and stuff. It's a really good podcast. I recommend everyone checking it out. We also had an article written for us from the Durango Weekly magazine, DGO Weekly, and then also A Tribe Called Geek also did a press release for us, and it was really great to see all of these like Indigenous-led groups working together to help this project into fruition. It was just a combination of all of these different people working together, and it was a big honor working with every single one of them. And I'll make a publicity page on the website soon to show the articles to those 3 things that I had just mentioned. Yeah, and then we really want to make this site more accessible to students as well, to make sure that they kind of have resources to pull from. And so, by helping us fund the Kickstarter, the website will get to live for a year, and then I'll have to find funding for the next year after that, but it's okay. So the website will continue to be accessible, months after this initial event. Yep. I think I covered everything that I needed to cover, and it looks like that's probably the rest of everyone else coming in. But if you have any other comments or questions, now's the time before I end the session. And then at 10 a.m. will be my workshop of self-publishing intro for Indigenous creatives. And not just Indigenous creatives, but, creatives anywhere, with a focus towards people who have a marginalized identity that may find it, really hard to break into the publishing industry. There's a way to bypass all of that and to just make your own work. And I'm really excited to do that because I want to make more videos featuring that, like how to mail your own stuff and to cut down on costs. I used to work at a mailroom for almost a year, so I pretty much know everything about FedEx, UPS, USPS. So I kind of want to input the knowledge that I have experienced to help other people with their own small businesses. Yeah, how to make your own website, how to make your own store. I'll be making all those publicly accessible on my YouTube as soon as possible. But it looks like everyone is pretty good. Please look forward to the rest of the sessions. Oh, I also forgot. From 2 p.m. to 2:45 p.m., we're going to have a vendor spotlight where I'm going to talk about all the different vendors and, try to force you to buy some of their work. Or at the very least, check out their websites and look at their content. Yeah, but other than that, thank you all for coming. Look forward to 10 a.m. I thought I could finish up this 30-minute thing, but it's fine. Thank you all.